We have a special program for you now. I first met Lily Casura a couple hours ago, or more than a decade ago, depending on how you look at it. She's been active in the field of trauma and PTSD for more than a decade. You may know her from her Healing Combat Trauma blog. After teaching thousands of people what PTSD is and that, yes, it exists, she's back in school. She's winning awards, and she's working to communicate the issues surrounding women veteran homelessness. Please welcome, or give a welcome to Dr. Richard J. Harris.
Yay!
He's formerly a visiting professor at the U.S. Air Force Academy, and he's now the professor of sociology and demography at the University of Texas at San Antonio. And his star pupil, Miss Lily Casura.
Okay, to start this, do I do this? Yes, okay. Very excited to be here talking about this topic. Chose the title, Coming Out of the Shadows, because people know very little about women veterans and homelessness, but they really have a need to. So it's going to be exciting to learn about it and trying to gear this to VA types and advocates at the same time. So we're gonna combine a lot of stuff here. This is my background. I started the Healing Combat Trauma website 10 years ago next week. It was the first website in the English language about combat veterans and PTSD. And through it, I got to know some really cool people. So the lady at the top on the left is a woman named Susan Avila Smith, who's one of the foremost military sexual trauma advocates. Back when I first met her, if you name searched her on Google, you'd get 130 pages of hits. And through doing what I was up to, got to write a chapter in a Routledge book called Healing War Trauma. Started social work grad school, had to come up with a policy paper, and Susan had told me some stuff about MST survivors years ago and how difficult it was for them to rejoin the workforce, some of the issues they would continue to have. And she used to educate veterans that under the definition of homelessness at the time, if they didn't have a lease and they were staying on someone's couch, that they were technically homeless, according to VA. But that rule later changed, and I would hear from veteran advocates that couch surfing, so to speak, was no longer legit, which under the definition, which is actually a pretty popular